Hey filmmaker, Chung Dha here. In this video we're going to talk about Prores RAW. So right now it's a quite interesting development that is going to happen. So right now we see there's only two companies who have acquired it. So it's DJI is going to add it to their X7 camera or their drone with the X7 camera, and the Atomus with their Shogun Inferno and their Sumo recorder. And we're going to see quite an interesting development in the future. Probably more companies will acquire this codec, but right now only two companies have done it. And what the ProRes RAW is ProRes video with RAW capabilities. Enable you to do much more in editing, especially the grading and doing more dynamic range than your standard ProRes. If we're going to compare it to 12-bit RAW files, it's like 800 megabytes per second, but now with the ProRes RAW we're going to look at much more, like around 100 to 170 megabytes per second for 4K videos. That's going to be like really huge change because we don't need to have such a big storage anymore, but also it's going to lessen the load on your computer. So editing RAW will probably be much faster and also less heavier, so you can do much more effects without it getting too heavy for your camera or for your computer to load. But also it's going to make a lot of much easier, I think, with also SD cards, so you don't need to have like crazy expensive CFast cards unless we're going to talk about much higher frame rates of 4K and also the bigger resolutions that's probably coming up. However, the only thing is, because ProRes is made by Apple, at the moment it is only for Final Cut Pro, but I hope that Apple would release the codec for other software editing companies, and especially Adobe Premiere Pro, and I hope that Adobe would actually add more RAW features, editing features inside of their Premiere Pro. And really I would like to have the clarity effect inside of it also, because they have it in Photoshop and in Lightroom, and it's going to make much more interesting grading if they had clarity. But yeah, at the moment I think the major development, of course, is going to be the cinema cameras. I probably think Red would probably get their hands on it as fast as possible. The other cameras brands, Blackmagic, I hope Blackmagic is going to get it and try to firmware upgrade every camera that they already are, because literally all their cameras has Cinema DNG and ProRes. So it'd be interesting to see ProRes RAW on like Blackmagic Pocket or any other cameras. It would be a much bigger game changer on those kind of cameras, and especially make files much easier to process. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see like if there be more cameras coming up with internal Apple ProRes, like having the ProRes RAW already inside of the camera, or companies opening up their HDMI to have more RAW out of the HDMI. Because at the moment, looking at all of the brands, Canon doesn't really allow a lot of like RAW out on a lot of their cameras. And looking at Sony side, we do see more RAW capabilities, especially you can get like your old FS700 and get the ProRes RAW, or like use Atomus on your FS700 and get a ProRes RAW file out. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting for a lot of the older RAW cameras to see how their capabilities will improve with this, but also like what will be next. So it's going to be quite a lot of interesting development, and maybe like the Red phone is going to get this, or maybe the next iPhone will see iPhones that can record in ProRes RAW. So it's going to be quite an interesting development. What's the upcoming next year is going to be with this codec and new products that's come to be released. So what are your thoughts about ProRes RAW? Please comment below, and also comment which camera you would want to see have the ProRes RAW codec. So hopefully you guys like this video, and please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button here below, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.